Hello everyone, Matthew Clover here with Northwest Dirt Turners. I'm here today to review the Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set. Such a mouthful. Wait. So we're going to do this review process on this pack a little differently than some of my other reviews. We're going to do at least two parts. So this is part one. We're going to sort of go over the basic functions of the pack, fit and everything in this one. And then the next part will be sort of a follow-up on durability and just sort of overall feelings about how this pack works for me. I have a pretty good idea so far, but unfortunately for Salomon, one of the big things for this pack and other packs in this line has been a durability question. I know they've gotten better. They're also quite responsive to that question, so there is that. So, without further ado, let's talk about it, shall we? Let's get to it. So you see it behind me. This is the 12 set, so it's 12 liters of storage. This thing is got storage coming out its ears. It's full of storage. The one thing that's different with Salomon from other packs is how the bladder works. You know, these packs don't come with a bladder, which is really fine if this is your second or third pack because you're already going to have a bladder. The only downside is that the way they really want you to route the hose, and I'll show you this in a minute, is underneath the arm and up. So let's just sort of do that so you can see the hose comes there, goes down there, and plugs in there. And you can get into that space. I mean, this goes all the way through to the other side. So it's really easy to get to, but because most bladders, except for Salomon's, aren't designed, it's a little quirky inside there, but it still works. I think it probably does put a little stress on the clip of the hose into the bladder. So you might get more wear on that than you would with Salomon's, but if you go onto Salomon's site, you see that those bladders have a lot of reviews that they leak. So I don't know. But your normal bladder will fit in here. It's rated at 1.5 liters for the bladder, but I've been able to get a 2-liter bladder in there. There's an insulated pouch that you can put it in, which I really like to use. Let's show you that. Let's take it off this thing here. So you can see it comes this little pouch, right? Your bladder fits in there. Very tight at 2 liters, but it still will fit. I can see that this is where that little thing comes out. And you just have to make sure you're clearing the fabric on that clip. I have at times not cleared the fabric and it doesn't close on all of a sudden. The hose doesn't go in all the way. And all of a sudden I'm like, why isn't my water coming out? And that's why. So that is the bladder situation. If you look right here, this piece, hopefully it's going into focus. Here we go. This piece is what keeps the bladder from falling into the pack. So it loops through there. And then I put it again, there's a little piece right there that I put it through. And that keeps it really stable. It stays up there. I don't have any issues or problems with how the water the bladder feels in this pack. I think that to some extent is because of the vest design. It just really hugs your body, and it's good. Yeah, for sure. So then, besides the bladder pouch, you also have another long space on the back of the bag for whatever you want to stuff down there. You have a small little upper pocket in here with a little keychain fob thingy. Oh, why can't I remember what that's called? And then I believe, yeah, and that's it on the very back where the bladder goes. And then on the back you have this long zipper. It goes all the way down like that, and you have a massive compartment in here that you can just stuff stuff in. I've got all sorts of things in here. My first aid kit, some extra baggies. There's a little inside pocket. Can't really tell, but there's an inside pocket, so inside here as well. So that gives you a little extra spot to put something you want to keep separate from the massive pocket that holds everything else, right? And then you've got a little bungee on the side here that goes all the way down the pack. On the bottom, you've got two bungees, one on this side and one on this side. I know you can use those for holding poles along the bottom of the pack, like that. But Salomon sells something called the quiver, which I think sounds awesome, and I haven't gotten it yet, so I'm definitely going to check it out. You can wait for my review on that in a little bit. So that's the back of the pack. And all of this material is stretchy, you know, it expands. You can stuff it to the gills. It's really nice. There's bungee on both sides, I should say, left and right of the back of the pack going all the way down. On the sides, so you can see, you've got a big pocket here. And like I said, this goes into the main pocket. Like, it just slides all the way through to the other side, and there's a pocket here as well. So you can stuff things in all the way through. I don't know if you could see that very well. And there's a lot of space. So, and that also helps you get the bladder, the hose that goes through here, attached into the bladder underneath. So that's very helpful. On the front of the pack, we're going to start on the right hand side. So the right hand side is where I like to put the hose. You have at the very top this sort of small open pocket on the side. There's a little bungee inside of here, and so I don't put anything on the right hand side, but I do on the left put my inReach in this pocket, and it just fits. And then right below that you have a water bottle pocket. This goes all the way down. I don't have one of the soft flasks with me, but that's what comes with the pack. There's two 700 milliliter soft flasks that originally, for a long time, Salomon was making these like tiny little openings, and that's one of the things that kept me from buying the pack. They finally came around and got big openings, so you can not only get water in there easier, especially if you're a volunteer, but you can also get your sports drink or what have you into those bottles. And then underneath, sort of going along here, you have this sort of big pocket in here, and you can just stuff a ton of stuff in there. I mean, I can fit like 7, 8, 9 spring energy gels in there. On the right side, you have this little trash bag feature thing that you can flip in. That's super cool. And then you've got a zipper pocket that you can put other stuff that you want to keep more secure. I usually put my GoPro on the right hand side, zip that up. And then there's this bungee, super skinny, but this is what stretches across your pack and clips into these little clippy things right there on the left hand side. And so you basically have the same pocket configuration on the left hand side. You've got this side top pocket right on your shoulder, bottle pocket. Oh, and by the way, in each of these bottle pockets, you have a bungee that you can wrap around the rim of the below, just below the lid to keep it from falling into the pocket. Another big pocket here, and then another zipper pocket. That's massive, and I can fit my iPhone XR in there. So that's the front of the pack. The fit, material, super comfortable. You know, it fits really well. I am 5'10" and about 150 to 155 pounds. I got the small, and I think it's the right size. You know, there is some moments where maybe I could have gotten the medium, but I think this is the right size for me. So this is how it clips in. If you point the clip, which you can't really tell, point the clip sort of towards your body, it's easier to get these bungees clipped in. And then just pull on the right, and it's on. It's so comfortable. It just fits really well. Everything hugs into your body. All your pockets are easy to get to. The only thing that I think maybe would have been good in terms of the size for me is the side pockets can be a little tricky for me to get into. Right? But honestly, I think part of that is I have slightly more limited range of motion than the average person, I think. So that's part of it. But you can still get into them. I don't really, not able to get into these side pockets easily when I'm running. But other than that, the fit is really good for me. Yeah. It's been a great pack. I've had it now since the beginning of this year. So we're probably going on a solid 5 to 6 months with this pack. And I've gone on a bunch of adventures. Did the Wallowas. Right now we're here in the Wenatchee National Forest. We just ran the enchantments. And this pack has been stellar. And I'm just getting more and more used to the different places that I can put stuff. You know, so I am pretty excited about it. But yeah, we're going to conclude part 1 of the review now, but I will follow up and we'll have part 2. We'll talk a little bit more about it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. And again, Matthew Clover with Northwest Dirt Churners. Have a great day in the forest.